Any system that does not take care of its youth or the young generation is destined to fail. Why? Youth is synonymous with energy, grit, and the ability to perform beyond expectations. So when the youth set their mind on something, they are destined to achieve what they want. Now, you can imagine a system that is getting attacked by a group of young people in their early 20s. These people have no families, these people have no kids, they have no jobs, they have no investments, they have no assets. So, number one, these people have energy. Number two, they have nothing to lose. What do you think will happen? If the system does not listen to these young people, they will not relent. They will go all out. They will do everything in their power to make sure that they are heard. So, if they are not heard, will they do? Chances are they'll have to burn down the system. If you do not believe me, let me give you an example. Look at Kenya right now. They are calling this group of people who are on the street demonstrating against Mr. President Ruto, Gen Z. When was the first Gen Z member born? I think it was around between 1998 and 2000. So at most, these people on the streets are between the age of 26 and going down all the way to 18 years old. And sometimes you may find even some people under the age of 18 years old on the streets. So the government in Kenya is killing these people using live bullets, using tear gas, abducting them. But what happens? These people are going back to the streets. Another example is Bangladesh, where the youth also went to the streets airing their grievances. And what happened at the last moment? The prime minister had to run away from the country. He tried using the police to kill them. They didn't relent. In fact, they started even beating up the police. So, what am I saying with this? Any system that does not listen to its people, the young generation, will have to face consequences in the future. But I have a question. Would you expect corrupt systems to listen to the young generations? I don't think so. If they did, the demonstrations in Kenya wouldn't be there. The demonstrations being planned in Nigeria wouldn't be there. The demonstration being planned in Ghana wouldn't be there. The demonstrations in Bangladesh wouldn't have been there. So, what do they do when they decide they are not going to listen to the young generation? They have to come up with ways to keep this young generation in check. How do they keep you in check? Number one, there's pornography. I think a huge percentage of the male population, young male population, is addicted to pornography. Number two, there's social media. The young generation nowadays wakes up, turns on their phone, and they are on their phone all day long. They do not have jobs, so they are on their phones looking at this celebrity posted this picture, this other celebrity is fighting with this other celebrity, this government official said this and this. All of it nonsense. Nothing positive, nothing to propel them forward or even educate them. To add to that distraction, we have football. A lot of young men between Friday and Monday are always hooked to their TV, watching a group of 22 people chasing a loud object in a field. And try to tell them something bad about their team, the team they are supporting, and you'll see how they react. Very emotionally, ugly. And chances are they have never met anyone on that football team. So football is so much inside their head, they can't even think straight. You can imagine someone who doesn't have a job, someone who is worried about where they get their rent for next month, angry at you because you say something wrong about a player, maybe in the UK. Then someone will be very happy that their team bought someone worth $200 million. Yet he doesn't have food in his house. Does that make any sense? Another way that the system keeps this young generation is in check is making sure that they do not have people who are telling them the truth. I'll give you an example. Adel Tate, nobody doesn't know this man. He was on YouTube. His channel was banned. Why? Because he was telling young men the truth, telling them to work out, eat healthy, raise their masculine standards. The same thing with our Kenyan legend, Mr. Adel Kibe. His YouTube channel was also banned. Why? for doing the same thing as advocate, telling young men to focus on themselves. The system seems to only turn to young men and women when they need them to fight proxy wars. I'll give an example. Recently, Mr. President Ruto dispatched a group of police, Kenyan police, to Haiti to go and fight the gangs. So these people are getting killed outside the country for the kickbacks this man, Ruto, will get from the United States. So what does this mean? The government does not care about us. Nobody cares about us. So what should we do? We need to start caring about ourselves, focus on ourselves, come together, build ourselves, and become better.